live from the YouTubes. We're on the couch today. Well, the seat, it's a theater chair. What's up, Flick fans? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back home. I've been away for quite a while, and funny enough, I am catching a plane to a very certain place, which we'll talk about here in just a second tomorrow. So I've been here for about 2 days, so I figured why not do a live Ask Me Anything, considering it's been quite a long time since the last one. It is crazy how fast time flies. And we got some awesome news from Netflix yesterday. Unfortunately, I was on the road, so I was unable to cover it and really make anything regarding it. So I'm posing that to you guys first. If you want to ask any questions regarding Tadam, is that how you pronounce it? The Netflix event yesterday, where we got some really cool announcements, as well as asking questions involving and regarding the New York Film Festival, which I will be back at. I went Friday to watch The Tragedy of Macbeth. I'm sure you guys saw that on the community page. And I will be going back this week to see a little movie directed by Wes Anderson, and of course, Dune the next week. But we're going to be talking about all of those things, and I go over to the comments section. Now, like I said, we're working on some stuff in the actual studio, so I'll be back there eventually, but I plan on going back and forth because I really like this very quaint and calm setup. I like just kind of relaxing on the chair every now and then. But we're going to go to you guys. I know it's a little bit later, by the way, on a Sunday, so apologies for anyone and everyone who's not able to make it today, 7:30, kind of a random time. But what's going on, guys? Good evening. Hello. Hi. Why did you choose that poster? Well, The Father was one of my favorite movies of last year. I plan on switching them out every couple of weeks. I've just been gone, so I've been unable to do that. But I've got some really cool posters, especially more recent films. I just got one for The Suicide Squad, so that'll be probably the next movie that I put up. Spicy! Hello from Northern Ireland, and I appreciate you guys for joining me here today. The first question we've got from Movie Fan says, will you be seeing Dune at New York Film Festival? The answer is yes. The date is October 7th. I will be at that screening for Dune, hopefully doing a reaction out of the theater, because it's one I'm super hyped about. Would love to do something like that. I will also be covering that movie heavily kind of on location. That way you guys can get an idea of kind of what we go through at the New York Film Festival. Let me tell you, first time in New York for Tragedy of Macbeth. That was an experience. I've never been to a place like that, nor will I ever go to a place like that again until I go back to New York in a couple of days. We have Entertainment Examiner with the first super chat of the day. As always, guys, if you want to support the channel, you want to get your questions across, make sure I see them. Super chat is the way to go, as well as Streamlabs. Entertainment Examiner says, Austin, what's up, my friend? Hope you had a great time in New York. What are your thoughts on this year's Emmy winners? Entertainment Examiner, that's something I've just got to gather my thoughts on. I haven't honestly had time to think about it, my friend. I saw a lot of the winners. I was kind of rooting for them as they were coming across on Twitter, but we were just so busy. My wife and I went on a little trip of sorts. I really wanted to kind of keep my focus on that because I've been ignoring her a lot lately because of YouTube. So I haven't really had time to gather all of my thoughts on the Emmy winners, but hopefully in a future video or some sort of setting, maybe a Patreon exclusive, which I also need to do way more things on Patreon. I've been slacking on well, I've been gone, but I need to do more things for you guys over on Patreon, just because I've been so busy as of late, but that's no excuse. So we'll definitely talk about Emmy winners at some point on this channel, maybe an awards recap. Can I say who I might be doing some awards videos with? I don't know if I can say. Should I tell you guys right now? Now, this is not officially planned, like on a time. We're going to meet at this specific time, exactly what we're going to do. But we have loose plans. Myself, the Oscar expert, and Brother Bro to get together in person when I am in New York this week and do some awards videos together. Now, we haven't confirmed anything, so I don't want to crush your expectations if we don't do that, but we are planning some sort of collab in person this week. So there's your awards coverage, which I am just like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet those guys. So I'm super excited to meet them, along with some other YouTubers while I am there. A lot of that is in the cards, because how often do we get to go and meet up in these same locations? So I definitely want to take advantage of that, meet some of my peers And by the way, guys, if you're here, if you want to drop this video a thumbs up, I know, again, it's a little later in the day, but this is just my chance to kind of catch up with you guys, see what's going on. It's been a while since we've done one of these, and I wanted to get to some of your all's questions. So Alex says, I watched Dune in Morocco. It was amazing. Alex, holy cow, that is awesome. I'm super pumped to see it. I'm hearing really great things. Some super positive responses on Letterboxd, some friends, some peers messaging me and saying, Austin, you're going to love this movie. So that gets my expectations super duper high. We've also got a couple of questions here. I am not Batman saying, love those guys talking about the Oscar expert. We have, okay, here we go. Harcool says, what are your thoughts on the Stranger Things 4 trailer and the Cobra Kai 4 trailer? So yes, yesterday we had the huge Netflix event. Ta-da! I know I'm saying that right. We had the huge Netflix event where they revealed so many things to us, a lot of footage, a lot of trailers, some news specifically, regarding their upcoming films. So a lot of things to get really, really excited for. I am uber excited for all of these things, all the things you see on screen. I thought the Cobra Kai Season 4 tease footage of sorts was super cool. The Stranger Things trailer going into that building, kind of giving us a flashback to the past of what was happening. I don't know exactly how this is tying into what we know from the other seasons, but it looks interesting. Of course, Ozark is on there. Ozark, my goodness, one of my absolute favorite shows on Netflix. It's one of those that I just can't get enough of. This is the final season, by the way, Season 4, and I believe they're releasing it in 2 different parts. So I found that little tease to be very, very interesting. I'm also super excited for the new stuff that they announced and kind of brought to us. And I actually have, if you guys want to follow me over to Twitter on here, I have one of my favorite Twitter pages pulled up discussing film that covered all of these things in depth. So they talked about the new footage of Stranger Things, the actual trailer. We have all of these photos of the brand new season of Ozark, and you can tell our main characters not looking good. They're not in the best of shape, but I want to get to some of these new things. Of course, a couple of movies that look great. The Harder They Fall look spectacular. We got confirmation of Sex Education Season 4, which I was hoping we would get, and indeed we got. Got some stuff regarding Red Notice. Bridgerton Season 2, if you're excited about that. We got our nice little first look at that. Here's one I want to cover more in depth, though. I thought the first footage of the Sandman, which we both got footage and posters of, looks spectacular. Now, I don't know all that much about the Sandman, right? Other than the bad guy in Spider-Man 3. This is a different character. But I know that this trailer looks really different compared to some other things we've gotten on Netflix, and it has the potential to make a huge splash. So this is one of those things that just has me super excited, even though I have no clue what to expect. And then, of course, we got some Extraction 2 news with Chris Hemsworth, Tiger King 2. We also got the opening sequence for Cowboy Bebop, which is just really, really cool. It's a live-action anime remake of sorts. It's not necessarily something that everyone was on board for when they first announced it. And I'm going to kind of stop that from playing so I don't get copyright hit here. But I, for one, thought it was really interesting. And it's one of those that I got super excited about when I saw that yesterday. So Cowboy Bebop may be the most intriguing for me, which is one of those things that I'm just, I'm super hyped about. So I want to know down below in the comments as we go here, guys. Let me know your favorite piece of news from yesterday's Netflix celebration, all of the announcements and things to come. And let me know what you think of the pieces of promotion for some of these future seasons of shows that we love, and just the fact that we're finally getting Stranger Things, because how long has it been? 2 years, 2.5 years since Stranger Things? Ridiculous. So we have, let's see here, guys. We have one talking about The Witcher. What do you think about the Witcher announcements? They're definitely exploiting the IP to the full extent. Says a lot about how successful the first season was, I guess. And I think that's what it was. I think with success like that comes with just a lot of series and shows and T-shirts and merchandise. Got a lot of Witcher merchandise. And yeah, And I knew we would get more anime shows, but I will say this, I really liked the anime movie that we got. And I was also just a big fan of some of the things that I saw yesterday regarding season 2. And I don't think season 2 can come soon enough. So I'm definitely excited about what we're going to see from The Witcher in this season. And it's one of those things that I'm just really intrigued by. Absolutely. And again, guys, apologies for going through all this today. Again, I was on the road all day yesterday. My wife and we've been out, we've been on trips, and I've been kind of, I don't want to say slacking on YouTube as of late, but there's just been a lot going on. But I do want to say thank you so much for sticking with me and being patient with me. And I promise October is going to be full on. And this week, I might as well tell you where I'm going. I'm going to Atlanta on Monday to check out an early screening for No Time to Die, as well as an early screening for Venom, Let There Be Carnage. So we've got a twofer on Tuesday. Those two movies will be on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, of course, like I said, I'm going from Atlanta to New York. I'll be in New York watching a couple more movies at the New York Film Festival. So more traveling. So you guys are going to get quite a bit of the hotel background in the next couple of videos, but I would have it no other way because I'm getting some really cool opportunities and more than grateful, more than blessed to have you guys join me for things like the way. Hold on, baby. Who's that? Is that 3C? Oh, 3C. Hey, buddy. What's going on, buddy? I appreciate you for stopping by, man. 3C Films with a super chat saying, just stopping by to drop some love to my go-to streaming bro. Thank you, buddy. Keep killing it, almost to 100K. Oh, man. 3C, I appreciate you, my friend. I really do. I saw, which I wasn't really present on social media this last week, but when I finally got on, I saw 3C and Sean Chandler together and that panel that you guys had. I mean, that was so cool. That was so freaking cool. So 3C, buddy, you're crushing it right now. Don't ever stop doing what you're doing. You put a smile on my face constantly, and I appreciate the super chat, man. One of these days when I slow down on all the traveling and have some free time, man, I would love to come back and see you. And we can do some more collabs, some in-person collabs, man. It's going to be a cool upcoming couple of weeks for collabs, let me tell you. But 3C's always, he's my favorite guy to collab with. So appreciate you for stopping by, man. And everybody showing 3C some love. That is the way to do it. We love to, show people love in our community. And he's one of my favorites. So thank you, buddy. We have another super chat from Film Geeks, almost to 100K, bro. I know I got to start revving up my engines. I got to start, getting more in the zone here because we're getting close. And I think October is going to be a great month to hit that because we got so much content coming in October, so many movies to cover, and so many things to watch. So Film Geeks, I appreciate you. And I'm super excited to see when that happens and what kind of celebration we shall do. As soon as I come back from New York, I mean, we're going to be celebrating within the next couple of weeks. But we got to get there first. So tell your friends. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's see. I was surprised at how good the Korean Netflix shows looked. Well, listen, Kyle, we've got some great content coming from Korea. And really, Netflix is such a wonderful melting pot for different movies and shows. And a lot of the streaming services are. I mean, there are other streaming services that do a great job of bringing in content from other countries. That's one of my favorite things about watching these streaming movies and TV shows in general, is getting to experience all of these different and new shows. Squid Game is a great example. I thought that show was so much fun. So hopefully we get some of those that pay off. And a lot of them look like they're going to. Absolutely. Alex says, I'm so excited for the tragedy of Macbeth, bro. Well, you guys may as well go ahead and tell you, expect my review for the tragedy of Macbeth tomorrow morning. I was able to go to that screening and watch a Q&A in person. Being in the same room as Denzel Washington is like, you can feel his presence when he walks into the room. I mean, the second he walked in, he's got so much swag, and he and Frances McDormand, their back and forth was just incredible to watch. It was one of the coolest things I've ever been able to go to. I felt like I didn't belong there. I didn't belong there, but I just felt like it was a really cool thing to see. And I did, I planned on asking a question. They did a Q&A, and I had a question for Denzel, asking him specifically about his performance involving Shakespeare compared to what he's done in the past, but they didn't call on me. I was pretty upset. I was going to ask Denzel a question, but we'll be back, and hopefully my next, Q&A that I'll be a part of will be for The Power of the Dog. And the plan, did you see that? My Twitter just went from white to black. It's nighttime. Confirmed. It's pretty cool. Hopefully Benedict Cumberbatch will be there in person this week. So I'm going to ask Benedict a question if they call on me. So if you guys have a good question for Benedict Cumberbatch regarding The Power of the Dog, let me know. I'll try to ask him a question this week. Let me get to this other super chat, though. We got one here from Noah. Noah, I want to say thank you so much for supporting my channel on the level that you just did. All the super chats mean the world to me. I appreciate that big time. Hello, Austin. I was supposed to be at WW Extreme Rules live in Columbus. Hey, we just drove through Columbus on our way back. But due to the variant, we decided not to go. What is the best movie at festival so far? Noah, great question. I guess I can include both Toronto and New York, since I've only seen one movie from New York. The best movie from any of those festivals, I've got to be honest with you, and this is going to be a really weird choice. I loved Flea. I thought Flea was spectacular. I will say The Tragedy of Macbeth is up there. It's definitely up there. It's between that and a movie called Scarborough, which it wasn't a very, big review that I did. I put on the channel. I did a couple of TIFF reviews. Scarborough is one of those that's like this Florida Project-esque movie that showcases children who have to go through quite a bit growing up, but then they come together and there's a little bit of joy that comes from their interactions within the film, but most of it is seeing the tragedy that revolves around their lives and parents using drugs and other parents doing really bad things and dealing with kind of mental and physical abuse. It sounds like a movie that you don't want to watch, Scarborough, but Scarborough genuinely was one of my absolute favorites from Toronto. So I would have to say Scarborough, but The Tragedy of Macbeth, you will see in my review tomorrow. I do really, really appreciate that film, and we'll talk more about it a little bit later. Let's see. We've got Macbeth is my favorite Shakespeare play. Sad I can't see this movie till Christmas. I will say I am not Batman. If Macbeth is your favorite Shakespeare play, you will absolutely love this film. I'll tell you right now. It is one of the best. You have to be a Shakespeare, at least someone who appreciates Shakespeare, to enjoy this movie on the level that will be required. But if you do, then this will be, I think it's one of the best translations I've ever seen. I mean, it's a Coen brother. What do you expect, right? But it's one of the best translations from Shakespeare. I'm getting too deep into the review, but let me tell you, it's definitely one that I think will pay off on those expectations. Me and my friend decided to start watching Squid Game, and God, it is tense. And the set design is fantastic. I think that they can expand this universe with a lot of future seasons. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you use the word there, I believe, properly. It's tense. It's tense. And what a beautiful looking show. I mean, the set pieces. Oh my God. Incredible. And it's one of those that I can't stop thinking about ever since I've seen it. So yeah, that's definitely a show I'd recommend if you guys saw my review. It's a huge recommendation for me. Joey said my credit card is finished next month. Yeah, it's a lot of movies to see, Joey. A lot of movies. Hugo says, do you know when you will watch Dune? I'm very excited about that movie. I'll be seeing Dune in New York on October 7th. Hugo, October 7th, I'll be seeing Dune. Hopefully bringing you guys a reaction and a review. Dune is, of course, my most anticipated of the year, and it's one that I cannot stop thinking about. So let's hope it's good, because I'm going to be sad if it's not. The Tragedy of Macbeth has some big shoes to fill, to follow with Kurosawa's Throne of Blood and Fassbinder's Macbeth. I can't wait. Well, Kyle, I still, I need to be really just cognizant. I need to focus the next time I go back and rewatch those other two movies, because I'm going to say this right now. I believe The Tragedy of Macbeth is at least in the conversation of best Shakespeare translations. I mean, obviously with the Coen brothers and one brother involved, you're going to get a great translation, but I love getting to do, and I'll put some of the Q&A footage in my review. I love getting to go to the Q&A afterwards and listening to Cohen kind of explain his way through this and say, well, we didn't want to do some of the things that we've seen other movies do in the past that have tried to adapt Shakespeare in general, right? We wanted to do something different, except we are obviously keeping the core of Macbeth intact. And I think they do a good job of that. Now, again, you have to be someone who is locked into Shakespeare to let this movie kind of hit you on the level that it needs to. But if you are, then I think it's in that conversation. Now, it's hard to live up to Kurosawa in general, but something like Throne of Blood, okay. Now, that's a conversation. But I do believe this movie comes close. So again, we'll talk about it in tomorrow's review, and I'll give you guys my score. But if you want to go ahead and predict my score for the Tragedy of Macbeth in this live stream, I think that would be super fun. So let's keep answering some questions here. Kurosawa is my favorite director in Throne of Blood. Look, it's hard. It's hard to top anything from Kurosawa, but yeah, I mean, if anyone's going to do it, Cohen, A24, Denzel, but did they do it? Did they do it? Have you seen The Sopranos show, and what are your thoughts? Yes, of course. I'm very excited about what this movie is going to do. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to deliver on the level that show did, right? But I'm excited, and I hope the movie ties in well. I believe it's a good time to kind of talk about Sopranos right now, where we are with these, remakes. We had El Camino a couple of years ago, and now we've got this prequel to Sopranos. So we'll see if it's good. Let's see. We've got, have you reviewed many 1910s to late 1930s films yet? Highly recommend, as I get my water here. Freaks. Okay. All right. Listen, Cole, I have seen, and a lot of it spawned from my college courses. So I did some film studies classes in college where we went back and watched a lot of the early 1900s films. And a lot of your Charlie Chaplin, a lot of your silent movies that just haven't really been talked about on the level that we talked about them in that class. They're not necessarily ones that, I don't know. Would you guys be interested in talking more about those kinds of movies? I've just never felt that from everyone in this community, that they would want to see something like that. But you never know. So it's definitely one of those groups of years, or really the 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s decades that I've never hit on my channel. And I don't even know if I've logged a lot of them on Letterboxd and given ratings for them, even though I've seen a few of them, but I still have a ton of movies I need to see. So I'm right there with you guys. There are a lot of movies that I need to catch up on, watch for the first time, and experience on the level. So if you ever have any recommendations, obviously, if you do, you're allowed to leave me recommendations. But let me know if you guys have any movies you think I should see. Thoughts on Lock and Key Season 2? I'm interested. I liked Lock and Key. I didn't love it. It's one of those shows that we've just seen a few shows like it before, which is part of my, okay, you need to do something more to stand out. But I enjoyed the journey. So I think Season 2 is going to be interesting at the least, for sure. We have I Would Once in a While. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. I'd love older movie reviews. Maybe I should do one day just to see how it goes and see if you guys respond to it. Again, I measure things like that based off of obviously views, but how many likes I get on those videos. And like my TIFF video didn't really do that well. So I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do a ton of these. But I do plan on covering a few more TIFF movies, maybe in one more video. But originally I wanted to do like 3 or 4 videos, but the response just wasn't really there. So I like to gauge based off of what you guys kind of want to see from me. Joaquin says, God, Dune looks so good. Preach, Joaquin. Absolutely. It looks fantastic. Hey guys, if you're here, by the way, on a Sunday night, oh my God, I can hear Carrie Underwood singing Sunday Night Football. If you guys are here, if you want to drop your thumbs up down below, I appreciate it so much. I just appreciate you guys being here, joining me. We're normally not going this late. I figured it would be fun. If you guys want to support this channel, obviously the best way to do that is the super chat. This is my full-time gig, and anything I appreciate from you guys. But I just love doing these live streams, and I want to get back to it, man. I've just been traveling so much lately. My wife and I, we had a great time, so I don't regret any of it. But of course, I always, when I go a day or two without posting, I miss you guys. I really do. So I appreciate you for being here. We got some score predictions. I'd go at 92% for the Tragedy Macbeth. Good rating for a film at this quality. Okay, we got some very interesting score predictions. I like it. I like it. Trying to get some album recommendations. Do you have any album recommendations? Hugo, I won't lie. I'm not the right guy to ask about music. Now, if you're asking movie scores, I love movie scores. I'm weird, man. I go to the gym and I listen to movie scores. I do. I'm very, very weird. But that's what gets me up in the morning. That's what gets me motivated. So, but in terms of actual albums, I'm not, maybe my wife, she'd be better than I would be. Absolutely. Noah says, Noah, thank you for the super chat. I watched This Is the Year, directed by David Henry, which was a new release Friday. I actually got an email about that, and I did not follow up. So I feel bad now. It was a nice surprise teen road trip comedy. I'd recommend it. Yeah, I believe I actually had the opportunity to interview that director, but I was, obviously out of town. But it looked like a cute little film. So Noah, thank you for letting me know. It's definitely one I'd like to check out. And I like David Henry in general. I grew up with Wizards of Waverly Place. If it is that David Henry, I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, I'm a big fan of his. It's 1 a.m. here in the 1 a.m. here in the UK, and I have to work in the morning. But here I am, Alex. Here you are. What is dandelion? This is dandelion. That's a weird flavor. I love the content, Austin. Keep it up and drop the thumbs up, people. Alex, I can't thank you enough for being here and dropping a super chat, helping out this channel. You don't have to stay. Listen, Alex, I get it. I get tired, man. Get some sleep, my friend. Sleep is something that I don't often get much of anymore, but when I get the opportunity, I'm taking advantage of it. But Alex, I appreciate you for being here. Very, very much so. Let's see. Gax Review says, how are you still going? Gax, my friend, I don't know. I've had, we got back yesterday evening. I've had about a day to rest, and I haven't rested yet. I got pretty good sleep. I got about 7 hours last night. But other than that, getting tired. But you know what? We're still going. We're still moving. I had to talk to you guys this weekend. You guys are my therapy. You make me feel better. So I appreciate you for being here today. Let's see here. Have you seen all 25 Bond films, Kyle? No, there's still probably about 6 or 7 Bond movies I need to see. About 6 or 7. So when I do my Bond tier list that I will be doing, seeing it Tuesday, so probably this week. Well, when's the embargo lift? I don't know when the embargo lifts, but I know I'm seeing it Tuesday. So when I see it, I'll work on a modern Bond tier list because I have seen all the Daniel Craig movies. I just haven't seen all of the Bond films. So we'll definitely be talking about Bond, but I will not be talking about all of the films, unfortunately, because I don't have time to catch up. But I will say I'm pretty pumped for this film. I really am. It looks great. The trailer looks great. I've never been like the world's biggest Bond fan, but I really appreciate James Bond. I really do. So we'll just have to see how it is on Tuesday. Do you think Spielberg is overrated? The comic director? No, I don't. I think Steven Spielberg is properly rated as a director. I believe he's had some misfires, but for the most part, I think he's done some phenomenal, fantastic stuff, some of the greatest blockbusters of all time, and he's his Oscar fare works extremely well most of the time, not all of the time. So I believe he's properly rated. Gax Reviews. Did you see Orlin Harris at the New York Film Festival? Yeah, I mean, right when I walked in the door, it's the very first person I saw actually was answering the Q&A questions. I'm sorry. If you guys aren't on Discord, Alex Lopez says, hey man, how's it been? That's great, Alex. Thank you for being here, Alex. You're wonderful. Love your support as always. Appreciate you. Frank Perez says, as always, thank you, Frank, for the question. Favorite movie franchise scores? Oh man, that's tough. Obviously, your Lord of the Rings, your a lot of the MCU films that have memorable scores. Some of them do not, but I love the Sylvester Avengers theme. But favorite movie scores of all time, pretty much anything. Pretty much anything Star Wars, Jaws, your classic, what you think of John Williams movie scores will fall into my favorites, but I'm also a big Hans Zimmer guy. And I also love, who passed away, Johan Johansson. Some of my favorite movie scores of all time. Arrival would fall under that category. I absolutely love the Arrival theme song. It's incredible. So I'm just a big movie score guy. Like I said, I'll listen to songs and your hip hops and your countries on occasion. But for the most part, like when we were on our road trip, I had my AirPods in just listening to movie scores because I'm weird, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me see. I think did we have Movies and Munchies in here? Did I see one? Yes! Movies and Munchies! What's going on, Chris? What's up, man? Thank you so much for being here. I may have missed it. But what are you looking forward to seeing the most this week at New York Film Festival? Oh, wow. I mean, I am seeing The French Dispatch. So that's definitely one that I've been looking forward to. It's one that I hope delivers. I hope I can bring a timely review for you guys as soon as I see it. And I will be seeing The Power of the Dog. Finally, the movie that's been getting all of this Oscar love, left and right. And hopefully we'll be doing a Q&A with a couple of the people involved. But yeah, those two are the ones that I'm just super hyped about. And then obviously Dune next week, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, The French Dispatch, I hope it's good, guys. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. We'll see. But hey, if you guys missed it, and I did put it on the community page, we did a podcast together, and hopefully many more to come over on Chris's channel, over on the Ruby Tuesdays channel, and of course their podcast, which I did link to on the community page. But the best thing we watched this week, I love that show, love being a part of it, and hopefully when we get more back into a routine here, I'll be a part of that more often, man. I can't believe I didn't get to talk Midnight Mass with you guys, but great stuff altogether, and please go support that show. Please go support that show. It's so good. All right, Noah. Oh, thoughts on your Steelers lost the Bengals today? Not good, Noah. Wish we could have gotten some Haskins and Rudolph to save Ben's elbow. Well, considering we're down all 3 wide receivers, 2 offensive linemen now, 5 people on defense, we need a whole new team. No, it's not good, man. Even the first quarter when we still had some players, they didn't look great. But boy, by the end of the game, Ben was throwing to Cody White. Who's that? I have no idea. Our center was J.C. Hassenhauer. Who is this guy? Oh boy, they're decimated. They're decimated. They'll be lucky to win 5 games. No, they'll be lucky to win 5 games unless everybody suddenly takes Michael's secret stuff from Space Jam. Michael Jordan, please send us some of your secret stuff because everyone's dying on the Steelers. Please help them. They suck regardless. All right, Damon says, would you say Mike Flanagan, James Wan, and Jordan Peele are the big 3 in horror now? Get Austin in his shoes. That always cracks me up. Definitely after Midnight Mass, I would keep Mike Flanagan in there. Jordan Peele, I think Jordan Peele, Ari Aster, Robert Eggers, I think those 3 are kind of in their own categories. And then I think James Wan and Mike Flanagan are in another category. I see Jordan Peele as more of like an artistic, very, Oscar caliber. And that doesn't mean it's better. That just means more awards leaning type stuff because, his framing, the way that he makes his movies look, what they're dealing with, all this stuff. They're just very different. And I would put Ari Aster, very artistic, A24-like. Robert Eggers, artistic, very A24-like. I'd put all of them in that category. Mike Flanagan and James Wan, they feel more like they're making studio horror films, but elevated studio horror films. So I don't know. They're just, it's hard to put Jordan Peele, James Wan, and Mike Flanagan in the same category. But if you're talking the big 3 of horror, I think there's an argument to be made that is the big 3. But I could throw Ari Aster in there. I could throw Robert Eggers in there from what we got in The Witch, and then obviously The Lighthouse, which had some horror in it. So I don't know. I don't know. It's very tough, but that's a great 3, Damon. Absolutely. That's a great 3 to throw in there for sure. Good questions today, guys. I hope The French Dispatch is amazing. Early reviews are not too high, though. Yeah, I've seen some really good. I've also seen some that are like, all right, It's okay. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to hopefully review it for you guys soon. Have you seen Venom, Let There Be Carnage? Ryan, I will be seeing it on Tuesday. Double feature, No Time to Die and then Venom. So which one's going to be better? You never know. I will be seeing on Tuesday, but I can't talk about the movie until a little bit later in the week. So that review will be coming for you guys. Hey, Austin, what are your thoughts on the Mario movie cast? Yeah, I saw this yesterday when we were driving home. It was okay, but it doesn't feel like a Mario movie cast. You know what I mean? Like, all right, they just got some big celebrities to get to do the roles, and we'll have to see. It's one, I think the jury's out. I don't love Illumination as a studio overall, so that's got me nervous more so than the cast does. Like, the cast, whatever, but Illumination, come on, you've got to deliver on this one. It's freaking Mario. All right, you got to deliver. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I like Chris Pratt a lot, but it's me, Mario. I don't know. Was that good? It's me, Yoshi. Was that a good Yoshi? I feel like I can do that. Hire me. I'll be Yoshi. Yoshi. That's not Yoshi. That's like Smeagol. What's the precious? What is that? Never mind. Don't hire me. All right, let's see. I was blown away by some scenes in Midnight Mass, especially what happens with. Oh yeah, Alex. There's some great scenes in that show. Absolutely, please go watch Midnight Mass if you haven't yet. Did you hear the rumor that Gucci might be 3 hours? Woo! That's a little long, Yeti Fawn. Yeah, that's a little long. It doesn't sound horrible, but it sounds too long. I don't know. We'll just have to see what kind of movie that it is, to be honest with you. Let's see. Trevor says, hey, Cody White went to my high school. Don't shame him. Listen, Trevor, Cody White, you made it to the NFL. Congratulations. I'm super proud of you for getting there. And you actually made some pretty good catches. But when you're down your top 3 wide receivers and you're throwing to someone like Cody White, who, again, made some pretty good plays, but you're not on the level of Juju, Claypool, or Deontay. And Claypool came back out there. He was limping, but he came back out there. It's just tough. It's really, really tough when you're that injured. But no excuses. Be better, Cody White, and whoever the heck that random third-string center was that came in. Oh, boy, injuries. I hate injuries. I hate when I get injured mowing my grass. Just kidding. I didn't get injured, but I did mow the grass today in the 6 hours I've been home. Chris Pratt equals best Mario ever. It's me, Mario. That was better. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to keep getting better as we progress through this live stream, which won't go on too much longer. Let's see. Good Yoshi. Okay. Look, we're getting good feedback here. I can work on the Yoshi. Lasso. Let's see. That's not bad. I'm nailing the Yoshi. All right. Waluigi. Can I do Waluigi? Waluigi. There you go. Look at that. Peach. I can do all of them. Hire me. I'll do the whole cast, okay? I can't do Donkey Kong, though. Hey, how you doing? I'm Donkey Kong. There's my Donkey Kong. All right, let's keep going here. Saw the Cat in the Hat the other day. I am so sorry. Actually, I'm not so sorry. I am so happy that you saw Cat in the Hat. It's a cinematic masterpiece. Don't ever watch any other movies. Always watch Cat in the Hat. All right, let's see. We've got, I'm going to the screening in New York City for Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and hopefully it's better than the OG Venom. Alex, that is awesome. That is awesome. You're going to the screening in New York City. When is that, by the way? Let me know what day that is. I'm curious to see what days they're doing all of the screenings and whatnot. We'll see. Austin, they should hire you for real. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate that. They should have got Tom Holland to play Mario. Oh, I love you guys. You're hilarious. Let's see here. We've got, are you a fan of the Gremlins? Yes. Yes, I am a fan of the Gremlins. I haven't watched it in quite a while, but I am a fan of Gremlins. It's one of those movies that every time it's on, I can't help but to watch it. I saw The Power of the Dog, but it wasn't that good. Oh, okay. When it comes to the script, Alex got me a little nervous there. Got me a little nervous, Alex. That's okay. That's okay. What 2021 movies do you think will be Best Picture contenders? It's hard because I haven't seen a lot of the major competitors. I don't think Macbeth will be a contender, but I do think it's on the fringe 7 through 10 to get nominated at this point. I think The Power of the Dog could be a contender, maybe. What's the movie I can't think of right now? The black and white movie that's directed by what's his name? Oh man, it premiered at Toronto in person. I wasn't able to see it. I believe that is looking to be one of the biggest awards contenders. Belfast. Is it Belfast? I believe it's Belfast. That is looking to be right now in the front running for Best Picture. That's what it looks like. So, and I'm very interested in that film. I saw a little tease image of it a couple of months ago, and I said, that looks interesting because, and I believe it's Kenneth Branagh, right? Is it Kenneth Branagh? Because Branagh has done it before, like that caliber of quality. But lately, he's just not been, he's been out of his wheelhouse, sort of, what he thrives in, and it's just not worked all that well. But if he can bring it with Belfast, I'm calling it right now. I think that movie could win Best Picture because it just feels like a Best Picture winner. It just feels like that. So I think that's definitely one. And obviously Dune. I hope Dune is in contention. We'll see. I feel like Dune is going to be one that gets a nomination but won't really ever be in contention to win. But as long as it gets nominated, I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. Any chance the Green Knight gets any nominations? I feel like Macbeth is going to knock the Green Knight out. And I'll still, I still believe The Green Knight is one of the best looking movies I've seen in a long time. But even cinematography, I feel like Macbeth will knock that out because I feel like they'll look and be like two period piece, artistic, that age, time period-esque type of movie. Obviously, one is pure Shakespeare and the other one is not. But I feel like Macbeth is going to trump that. And so that's going to knock Green Knight out entirely. I don't think it ever had a shot at Best Picture. I don't think it ever had a shot at any of the major, the bigger categories. But at the same time, I think it deserves a cinematography nomination. But, we've already got the A24 period piece, and that's Macbeth. And Macbeth, if Macbeth gets nothing else, it will get cinematography. And at this point, it will win cinematography. It's one of the best looking movies. I'm going to stop talking about it. Just tune into my review tomorrow for Macbeth. I will praise that movie all day on a technical level. Story side of things, we'll talk about it. But on technical level, I expect a lot of nominations. But we will talk about it again. I'm planning on meeting up with the Oscar expert and Brother Bro when I'm in New York. So hopefully we'll talk about it in a video together. Oh, I love those guys. I can't wait. I'm so excited. We will see. Yeti Fawn says, Dune, don't forget Dune. Hey, I hope, Yeti Fawn, I hope Dune gets something. I'm predicting Best Picture. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I'm predicting Best Picture for Dune for a nomination. But in terms of it winning, I don't know. I don't know if it's got a shot. We'll see. Nobody is talking about Sing 2. Canyon Taylor, you're right. Sing 2 for Best Picture, no. But nobody is really talking about it. Even though I thought the trailer was cute. I thought the trailer was really cute. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Obi-Wan. There it is. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hey, I'm Obi-Wan. There you go. Denzel will probably be nominated. Yeah, I think he will. Now, I say that hesitantly. Denzel is freaking fantastic in the movie. But, again, you're dealing with Shakespeare. It's always tough when you're dealing with something so outside of the wheelhouse of so many different people. So I'm not entirely sure Denzel gets that nomination now, even though I will say I think he deserves it. One monologue in particular that I believe is one of the best monologues I've ever seen from the guy. I mean, he honed in Training Day for a scene in this movie. And Training Day Denzel, where he's just very into it, intense, powerful, that kind of incredible performance. And that's in this movie. But again, it's Shakespeare, so it's just really hard to... Is everybody going to be on board with that? That's my question. But we're going to dive deeper And we're going to dive deeper into that. General Kenobi. I can't do that one. I can't contort my voice like that. Hello there. Devin says, thoughts on my Mr. Fantastic fan cast. All right. Besides John Krasinski, John David Washington. I like it. Freddie Prinze Jr. I don't know if I love that one. I don't know if I love that one, Damon. Did I call you Devin a while ago? I meant to say Damon. Sorry. Freddie Prinze Jr. is interesting. He said he would never go back to physically acting, but I don't know. That's interesting. Brandon Routh, like that. Ooh, Dev Patel. Ooh, I like that, Damon. I like that, Damon. I think Dev Patel could be an interesting one. That could be an interesting one. But the two I really like, John David Washington, obviously, and Brandon Routh, who I believe both could be suited for the role. John David Washington, they have to go a little younger, obviously, because sometimes Mr. Fantastic, he's in his 40s. He's got the silver hair, you know. But I like that. That's good. It's going to be really interesting to see who they bring in to do the Fantastic Four. But you know it's coming soon. So, Feige, better be figuring it out, buddy. We need the Fantastic Four. Addison Rae for Best Actress. Yes, absolutely. He's All That, Oscar push. Addison Rae, Best Actress. You heard it here first. It's happening. Put money on it. No. Chris Pratt, Mr. Fantastic. At this point, I would not doubt it. I would not doubt that happening. Kind of don't see Eternals getting a Best Picture nomination, or honestly getting nominations than Black Panther. Yeah, I don't either, Don, but it's something to talk about. You know, obviously Chloe Zhao, and if this movie can capture that aesthetic that I think they're going for, as well as provide us an entertaining story, it looks, on the level of scale, it looks like it's going to be similar, reminiscent to Dune on that level. So I hope it's that good. I think a lot of those MCU references, things like that, will keep it from hitting that Oscar buzz talk type thing. But I hope Eternals is really good. I really do. Yeti Fawn says, have you seen Only Murders in This Building? Can't remember if you reviewed it. No, I didn't review it, Yeti Fawn, but I did see the first 3 episodes. My wife and I watched it one night. And let me tell you, I loved those 3 episodes. I did. I thought they were great. Now, I haven't seen episode 4, I believe in 5, but I thought those episodes were great. So yeah, Only Murders in This Building. That is a great show on Hulu. I may review it when the final episode comes out. Let's see. I've got a couple more questions, guys. I am going to have to go soon because I have to pack for my trip this week. So again, last time you're going to see that. Well, I may make a video tonight. Macbeth. You'll see this in Macbeth. But again, going to be in a hotel room, so apologies, guys. Apologies. But I want to say thank you guys for being here. Thanks for the super chats. I'll get to one or two more questions. And obviously the likes on this video for an 8:30, 7:30 live stream, 70 something likes and some awesome super chats from you guys and awesome questions from you guys. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you so much. It really does mean the world to me. And the fact that I'm tackling these ventures, spending a lot of money, by the way. We are, but tackling all of this stuff just out of like pure enthusiasm. I never imagined I'd be walking around New York by myself. I never imagined that. I always thought I'd have my wife with me, but she didn't get invited to the screenings. I did. But I was doing it, and I'm like, man, I love the fact that I get the opportunity to do this because you guys encourage me, help me, support me, all of those things. So thank you for being here tonight at this live stream. It was great getting to catch up with everybody. Yeti Fawn says 2:30 a.m. here. Yeti, man, get some sleep, man. I can't keep you up any longer, my friend. Get some sleep. I appreciate you so much for being here. I love this. Joe Keery, Human Torch, Anya Taylor-Joy, Invisible Woman. I love that. Canyon Taylor, I think that's fantastic. If you had to pick any film in 2021 or 2022 to win Best Picture, what would it be? Oh, man. Well, you're saying 2022, so I'm assuming it's movies that I haven't seen yet. So Dune, I would love for Dune to win Best Picture, or the Batman. Take that, Academy. I want the Batman to win. Trevor says, going on vacation every weekend. No, Trevor, this is business, my friend. This is going to Atlanta to see movies, going to New York to see movies. So I would not consider that vacation, even though I do enjoy doing it, but it is a lot of travel, and I'm going to be very tired, so we will see. But yeah, I'm doing all this to see movies, leaving my wife behind this time, unfortunately. So going to be lonely, but hopefully she'll hold the fort and take care of my sweet son, buddy. Uh, let's see. Only 5:30 p.m. here. Oh, Damon's on. Was that Pacific time? Damon's on Pacific time. Have you ever fell asleep watching a movie? Yes. I used to have those films. For me, it was a lot of the Adam Sandler comedies. Now, that sounds bad that I fall asleep while watching those movies, but I'm considering, I look at this question like movies that I put on to fall asleep to, but not because they're boring. It's just those movies that I've seen so many times that I can kind of have it on the background, know what's going on, not have to focus. So your Adam Sandler comedies, your some of the early MCU movies, some of the great, I love, around Christmas time, just putting on Elf as I'm going to sleep and just letting Elf play in the background. Soothing sound of Buddy the Elf laughing and telling jokes. Now, if you're asking, have you ever fallen asleep while watching a movie in the theater? I have drifted off before, like kind of like that. You know what I mean? Just kind of like that. But I've never actually fallen asleep. Now, I say that, and as tired as I'm going to be this week, hopefully I don't fall asleep in any of the movies that I see in New York. But who knows? Who knows? We will see. Yeah, not in a theater. At home, yes, but in a theater, I have not yet. Sadly, I haven't seen anything on the film Come On, Come On. Personally, it's in my top 5 Oscar contenders, and I think this film is going to be good. If I was in New York Monday, which I won't be, unfortunately, I'll be going to Atlanta for Venom, No Time to Die. If I was in New York Monday, I would be seeing Come On, Come On, because that will be playing at the film festival. But unfortunately, I won't be able to see it. I did request digitally, so we'll see. But I hope this movie's good. Because Come On, Come On looks spectacular. Joaquin, again, he's always in contention for nominations. It could definitely be a contender for sure. Let's see. He's All That and The Kissing Booth 3, most nominations. Trevor, yes. Yes, He's All That. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. That is, worst of the year? Maybe. Noah says, worst theater experience. Oh, that's a great question. Worst theater experience, Noah. I've had a few. I've had, kids kicking backs of seats, people talking in the foreground. This one time, this lady had her front flash on, Snapchatting. I want to say lady. She was probably 18 years old, 19. Snapchatting the whole movie, 3 rows ahead of me. So I'm looking at the screen like this, and I keep seeing the brightness. Snapchat. I'm like, if you paid all the money to be in the theater, why you Snapchat? If you paid all the money to be in the theater, why you texting 24/7? If you paid all of the money to be in the theater, why you screaming? And that's just kind of how it, that's how it went. And it was, oh my God, it was horrible. It was horrible. And it was the whole film. And this lady was just, boy. I've had some experiences where people get in arguments in the middle of the film. 2 guys to the right of me. I can't remember what movie it was. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. Just got in a big fight, yelling about some, not like the loudest yelling I've ever heard, but talking like this. I'm like, guys, hey, there's a movie over here. Shut up. And I have had to tell people to shut up before. I've shushed people. I've said, hey, watching a movie. Stuff like that. You got to be, and I can take it for a long time, but eventually I'm just like, you know what? Hey, shut your mouth. Trying to watch a movie here. And I've had people try to come back at me, but at the same time, who cares? If you're watching a movie, don't yell. Okay. So I've had some bad experiences. Noah, thank you for the question. Let's see. What was the movie with the Snapchat? Alex, I can't remember. It wasn't animated. It was a live action movie. It might have been an A24 film because it was at the Kentucky Theater, which is no longer, it closed down. And normally that's where they're showing A24 movies. I feel like it might have been like Waves. Was it Waves? It was something like that. Maybe The Last Black Man in San Francisco. One of those films. But I'm like, why are you there? Why are you watching this movie with the front flash Snapchat just constantly? And I'm just, why are you here? Leave. They didn't leave, unfortunately. And let's see. Let's do one more question. Oh, I saw Hereditary and Midsommar for the first time back to back by myself. Oh my, can you tell? That's scary. That's really scary. I had a bad experience. Let's see here. Had a bad experience when I watched Free Guy. Guy just kept talking about everything. He was alone. I can see why. Also, a kid laughing like a loud pig. Yes, there have been some bad movie theater experiences, and normally I try to stay patient, but if it's obnoxious, I will say something, because that's just, you pay a lot of money to be there, and you want to have the best experience, for sure. Spider-Man, Dune, and Lamb. I like that, Canyon. I like the Lamb getting thrown in there in your most anticipated, for sure. Let's see, what grade would you give for Black Panther? I love the movie. I believe I'm like a high 8s. I believe it's like an 8.6 and 8.8 for Black Panther. Yeah, I love Black Panther. I do. It's a movie that I think works really well. A lot of people said it was overhyped, and, from a certain perspective, it wasn't my favorite Marvel movie of that year. It wasn't in my top 10 of that year. So would I have nominated it? Maybe, I possibly, but probably not. So on that degree, sure, but I still think the movie is fantastic. I think the movie's fantastic. So, yeah, Black Panther works really, really well for me. I Talk Marvel says, I love the setup. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me know, would you guys, and barring any super chats, I'm going to have to go here, guys. I appreciate you for being here. But would you guys like to see more of this or more of my normal set? Because right now we're doing some things to my normal set. I'm thinking about maybe doing this set for my more Oscar-heavy, non-comic book stuff on this channel. And I think I'm going to start doing that set for the comic booky stuff. So that's kind of my... my wife's texting me about Kit Kats. That's kind of my goal from here on out, is to do this setup for everything but comic book movies, and to transfer over to there once we get it fixed up for my comic book movie coverage. So let me know what you guys think. I think this is nice. It's quaint. It's quiet, and it works a bit better for the lesser blockbuster-y content. But for the next week, I'm going to be in a hotel room, so it doesn't matter. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here again. I appreciate all of the... what is your, Austin, what's your phone background? What is my phone background? Oh, hello. You guys know what it is. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. You know what it is. You know Dune. That's my phone background. I always try to make it my most anticipated movie, and right now that's my most anticipated movie. So we shall see. We shall see. Movies and Munchies says would love that setup usage. Thank you, Movies and Munchies, for the feedback. I appreciate you guys for all of the feedback on the sets, and I want to do what you guys think works the best for this channel. So if you want to see more of this little chair right here, this little guy, let me know. And if you want to see more of that, let me know. But that's kind of where I'm headed right now. B Talk says, not even joking, that's my phone background. It's awesome. That's awesome. No joke. I had this has been my background for probably about 3 weeks now, 3 weeks to a month. And as soon as I see Dune, it'll become my next most anticipated movie. Alex says, it's late here in Morocco. Always in love with this channel and your way of bringing out those reviews. Keep it up, Alex. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Appreciate you for being here. We're going to be doing some fun videos this week. A lot of fun videos this week. All of them on the road. Let me know if you guys would like to see some vlogs. Stay tuned. Tomorrow morning, The Tragedy of Macbeth, A24, Denzel Washington movie review. I'm bringing you that review. We're going to talk about it, give you my score, and I am uber excited. Felipe says, Dune being overhyped before it gets released. Seriously, I can't stand. Felipe, boo. Listen, you don't have to be excited. I love the idea of translating and adapting Dune into a movie via my favorite director. So it can never be overhyped for me personally, but I understand how it's overhyped for some other people. And we've got some great, you guys, boo, kidding. No, I appreciate you guys for being here. Some great comments today, some great questions today. Again, if you guys like these videos, be sure to drop your thumbs up and come back tomorrow for The Tragedy of Macbeth. This is going to be a big, New York Film Festival, big release for me. I'm super excited to get this review out here. If you're going to support anything this week, obviously Venom and all that stuff, but my Tragedy of Macbeth review is definitely one. And then later on in the week will be the French Dispatch. So we've got two possibly big-time Oscar players today. Big-time Oscar players coming this week. So we shall see. All right, guys, you're the best. Appreciate all of your comments, all of your love, and just being really supportive of this channel. And we will end off with Luigi. Let there be carnage. Mario. No, I can't do Luigi. It's a me. No, that was bad. It's a me, Mario. That was better. See, I'm working on it, guys. I'm going to slowly but surely get better. All right. Thanks so much for joining me. And I'll see you very soon.